Can I actually figure out what's going on with football's biggest controversies? Somewhere in a vault, there's a piece of video evidence that could rewrite football history. And for decades, the people who had the power to show it chose not to. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's just how the sport actually works behind closed doors. And by the end of this video, you're going to look at some of the biggest moments in football completely differently. Before we get into it, hit subscribe right now, because this channel breaks down the stories FIFA and the football world don't want getting this much attention, and you don't want to miss the next one. Let's start with the most famous lie in World Cup history. Mexico, 1986. Argentina versus England. Diego Maradona jumps for a header, and the ball ends up in the net. The referee allows it. Replays later show, without any doubt, that Maradona punched the ball in with his fist. He knew it. His teammates knew it. Even the England players were screaming at the ref. And what does Maradona do after the game? He calls it the hand of God. Not a mistake. Not luck. Divine intervention. And here's the part people forget. 4 minutes later, he scored what's still considered one of the greatest goals ever, dribbling past 5 England players. So the same man in the same game produced the most audacious cheat and the most brilliant piece of skill football has ever seen. That's not a coincidence. That's Maradona understanding, better than anyone, that football forgives genius. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. That wasn't even the first time a World Cup final moment was decided by something that never actually happened. Rewind to 1966. England versus West Germany. The World Cup final. Extra time. English striker Geoff Hurst smashes a shot against the crossbar. It bounces down, and the referee gives the goal. To this day, using modern goal line technology, most analysts agree the ball did not fully cross the line. England went on to win the World Cup. That goal has never been overturned. It can't be. There's no appeal system for history. It's just permanent. Now fast forward to 2010, South Africa. This time it's Frank Lampard for England. A shot that clearly bounces a full 2 feet over the goal line against Germany, and the goal isn't given. England loses. And suddenly, FIFA has a problem, because now there are 2 moments, decades apart, where the wrong call decided a World Cup outcome. That Lampard non-goal is actually the real reason goal line technology exists in football today. One mistake, 44 years earlier, wasn't enough to change the rules. It took a second one, on live television, in front of 1 billion people, to finally force FIFA's hand. Then there's the moment that has nothing to do with a ball at all. 2006 World Cup final. Zinedine Zidane, considered one of the classiest players ever to play the game, turns around in the final minutes of his career and headbutts Marco Materazzi directly in the chest. No warning. No build-up that fans could see live. He's sent off. France loses the final on penalties. For years, nobody knew what was said. Then it came out. Materazzi had insulted Zidane's sister. And Zidane, a man who had spent 20 years controlling his emotions on the biggest stages in the world, lost it completely, in the one match that defined his legacy. He later said if he could go back, he still wouldn't apologize for defending his family's honor, even though it cost France the World Cup. Now let's talk about 2010 again, but a different moment. Uruguay versus Ghana, quarterfinal. The ball is heading into the net in the final seconds of extra time. Luis Suarez, not a goalkeeper, punches it off the line with his bare hands. It's the most blatant handball you'll ever see, right in front of the referee. He's sent off immediately. But here's the twist. The punishment is a red card and a missed penalty for Ghana. Ghana misses that penalty. Uruguay wins on penalties in the shootout that follows. Suarez, watching from the tunnel because he'd already been sent off, celebrates like he just won the World Cup himself. Ghana's players said afterward that Suarez basically traded his own game for Ghana's entire tournament, and by the math, it worked. That single handball may be the most cynical, calculated, game-winning cheat in World Cup history, and it's completely legal under the rules as written. Now here's the one people talk about the least, but it might be the biggest scandal of them all. 2002, co-hosted by South Korea and Japan. South Korea, a team that had never won a World Cup knockout match, suddenly beats Italy, then beats Spain, back-to-back, on their way to the semi-finals. Both games featured referee decisions, so one-sided that Italian and Spanish federations formally protested to FIFA. Players were sent off unfairly, clear goals were disallowed. Years later, it came out that the referee from the Italy match was banned from officiating internationally afterward, quietly, with almost no explanation given to the public. FIFA has never admitted wrongdoing, but ask any football historian and they'll tell you 2002 is the tournament that made people stop fully trusting referees at World Cups, which is part of why VAR exists today. And that brings us to now, Qatar 2022. A World Cup that was surrounded by controversy before a single ball was even kicked. Human rights concerns, the timing moved to winter, allegations around how Qatar even won the hosting rights in the first place, with FIFA officials later investigated and in some cases banned for corruption tied to that very vote. VAR, the technology built to fix decades of refereeing controversy, ended up creating brand new controversies of its own. Offside calls decided by millimeters, penalties awarded from angles no human eye could ever judge in real time. So when you put it all together, the hand of God, the ghost goal of '66, Lampard's phantom goal, Zidane's headbutt, Suarez's handball, South Korea's suspicious run, and Qatar's entire existence as a host nation, you start to see the pattern. Football's biggest controversies aren't glitches in the sport. They're the sport revealing what it actually is underneath the passion and the flags and the anthems. A game where the rules bend exactly as far as power allows them to. So which one of these actually surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments, because I guarantee somebody down there is going to argue with you about it.